Boys, the Green Beers have not stopped. It is officially St. Patrick's Day.
They're flowing.
They're still flowing. Saturday, the downtown parade. Sunday, the South Side Irish Parade, Northwest Side Parade. And today, the actual day. Don't miss out on your last chance, really, to have some Green Millers.
This is the only weekend for Green Millers. Then they go right back to that gold. And we got baseball around the corner. Those Millers, the baseball Millers when the sun's shining is the absolute best. We got a little taste of that on unofficial St. Patrick's Day on Saturday where it was 70 degrees. And,
that is kind of the nicest part about the Green Millers. They just lead into those opening day Millers.
Yeah. Yep.
That's nice. You go to Sox Park next Thursday. They'll be selling Miller Lite by the truckload over there.
Yeah.
So go get your Miller Lite. The taste you can depend on. No games, no gimmicks. Just a beer for people who like beer. No matter how you celebrate St. Patrick's Day today, it's a great excuse to crack open a cold one with the coolest people in your life. Make the moment even better with Miller Lite. Great taste, 96 calories, and the official beer partner of the Chicago Bears. Go to MillerLite.com/stretch to find delivery options near you, or you can pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere that they sell beer. Tastes like Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces. All right, welcome to the stretch. A lot to get to today. Not really, actually.
Not really.
Not much going on. The whole world is focused on college basketball. There's stuff that happened at the United Center, stuff that happened with the Blackhawks. But we will start with the Bears, obviously, because they are always the number one in this city.
I got a question. What do you mean we don't have a lot to get through? I thought because Cubs are opening the season in what, like 18 hours, are we not going to go game by game, win loss?
Like the Bears? Yeah, let's do it.
162.
Yeah. 162. I mean, don't we usually
the
do
worst
that?
podcasting ever?
Can you imagine? Even if we did the series one by one, it would be the worst podcast ever. But yeah, welcome in everybody. Any general thoughts here now that the Moose have had like a week to settle? Because I have some.
Oh, let's hear him.
Yeah, first and foremost.
I do like Ben Johnson's face looking like he's just
Haggard.
locked in a fucking room.
What was
getting
that?
ready for – I want that.
Yeah,
People
yeah.
were obviously spinning it as like, 2 months of being the Bears head coach and look how much he's aged. He's probably just been locked in a room just eating tape, getting ready for the draft. Yeah. I want that.
I have this general predisposition in my head that I make of offensive coaches where they're kind of pretty boys.
No, he's
for some
not.
reason. He's the exact opposite. He's got like legit kind of a psycho in him, it looks like.
Squats 405.
That's he's a
He told
nutcase.
us that on PMT.
He's a
Squats
nutcase.
405.
McVay was squatting a lot too, so I think your perception might be
Is that a fair perception
changing.
though?
fair, but I think it's changing.
I also might have started that because we gave McVay shit for I was like, Ben Johnson squats more than you. He's like, no, he doesn't. And then McVay did a video like 2 days later showing him
shit.
squatting.
That was bananas.
Yeah.
That video.
Yeah.
But regardless, so yeah, he looked like he walked into like a shelf at like a Amoco gas station.
Yeah.
His eye was like all fucked up.
Yeah.
Something happened. He got scratched.
I like it.
But it was nice. I'm really concerned about the other end of the defense.
Oh.
I don't know.
Secondary?
No. The opposite side of Sweat.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, the offseason is not complete, Ed.
Yeah, well,
That's draft.
Yeah.
I hope so. Are we sure we're going to do that? We are now the odds-on favorite to draft Jeanty. The odds-on favorite.
Ben Devine
Jeanty,
says that they've
Chicago
narrowed
Bears.
their first pick at 10, and although the draft is quite unpredictable, one thing is evident. They have identified one player as their top target, running back Ashton Jeanty.
That's what I'm saying.
Man.
I don't know. Like that.
You got to
makes
trust
me-
the process.
That makes me think they're going to draft Edge, but still.
This makes you think they're going to draft Edge?
Well, the
Like
fact that
media
they're-
You're
posturing?
leaking things out
Yeah.
there.
The fact the fact that they only went with Dio, and it's like that doesn't seem like a complete picture to me.
Yeah.
So that makes me think like, oh, maybe they're going to go Edge, but then the
Yeah.
Jeanty reports are being leaked out. Maybe it is a smokescreen. I don't know. All I know is I don't feel great going into the season with that. Just being honest.
No, we need
Nor
to get.
should you, yeah.
Listen, I think when it comes to the edge, I'm not saying they have to do it with the 10th pick, but I wouldn't hate it if they drafted like 2 edge guys later on in the draft
Yeah.
and said, hey, one of these has got to be good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
You
they
know.
have Booker coming back.
I think that's part of the equation that you're sleeping on too. I think Austin Booker is going to be a nice situational get after the quarterback guy.
I like Austin Booker, but he got pushed around a lot. Playing against the run is also part of your job description.
Totally.
I
and
said
he-
situational.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. Well, then you're going to rely on Dio for the rest of it.
Correct.
I don't know if he's there.
I'm looking at mock drafts right now. They're all over the place.
I have been on that PFF mock simulator. I've done like 8 a day.
Yeah.
And if you get to the second round where they're picking 39 and 41, there's the 2 guys from Ohio State are typically there. Landon Jackson from Arkansas, who's like, he's not twitchy like Sweat is, but he's 6'7", 280 as an end on the opposite. So they'll have some guys there that they can pick for depth. They just won't have a star.
Yeah, and that's where it kind of leads me to. The Bengals just locked up both their wide receivers for a lot of money.
Oh, you want Trey Hendrickson?
Here's the thing. If we get Trey Hendrickson, I think the Kool-Aid really starts to...
Oh, that would be... I'd have to...
I mean, they'd have legit dudes across all... Well, not linebacker necessarily, but...
They got good players there.
Yeah.
You'd have 4 really good all-down linemen.
Sure. Because I was even
which makes the linebackers all the better.
I was even a little about Grady Jarrett. But the fact that he's going to be switching in with Billings, I think that's going to be fine.
Here's the only thing with Trey Hendrickson is that you would. So right now we have $16 million in cap space.
You got to take 8 of it though.
Yeah, that's going to be draft picks. Next year we obviously have because some deals come off the books, $67 million. I mean, because Trey Hendrickson, he's going to demand a big deal. You're not trading for him just for 1 year. He's only going somewhere where he gets a big deal.
Yep.
And the question is, does that big deal then start leaking into the Caleb Williams extension if you're going to do that in year 4 and Trey Hendrickson is on the wrong side of 30?
Yeah.
It would have to be a 5-year deal with being able to get out.
And what do you have to give up for him, too? Because this does feel like I like your idea. Obviously, I want Trey Hendrickson on the Bears. That would be incredible.
Yeah.
But does it not feel a little bit like the Khalil Mack, Ryan Pace, where you're going for it maybe before you fully know that you should be going for it?
But then that's always the question. Do you go for it while you have a guy in a rookie deal? Or do you say, hey, we'll wait till we pay him and then you're cash strapped everywhere else anyway?
But if Caleb Williams is not the guy,
say it.
I'm just saying, I'm playing it out.
All scenarios.
If Caleb Williams is not the guy and you traded, I don't know what it will take to get Trey Hendrickson. It's probably not going to be 2 firsts because he's only got 1 year on his deal and you got to give him a new contract. But if he's not the guy and then you end up not having more picks, like happened with Khalil Mack, where you traded for Khalil Mack, you had a really good team in 2018. I thought that team was a Super Bowl caliber team. Obviously, the double doink happened, and then you have, years where you don't have your first round picks, and then you're kind of playing from behind, and that started the whole cycle. I liked in the moment. I liked it. I liked it when Khalil Mack was on the Bears. I like being aggressive. I just don't know, it feels like the Bears are finally putting together the correct order of operations. And would Trey Hendrickson be, to quote Ryan Poles, the guardrails that he has up? Would that be blowing up the guardrails in a moment where it's like, hey, let's just keep stacking picks and doing the right thing, and we got the right coach and all these things, and then you do Trey Hendrickson, and now you're like, all right, well, it's got to work right now.
But even with the proposed Judon trade, we know that they wanted to upgrade on that side at some point.
Yeah.
It's still got to be the case. Hey, let's pause again because we're going to talk about DraftKings. When it comes to college basketball and March Mania, one thing is for sure, nothing's for sure. Upsets, buzzer beaters, Cinderellas advancing, top seeds going home early. It's all going to happen. Bet the unexpected, every upset, every day with DraftKings Sportsbook. With live betting, exclusive content, promos, and parlays, DraftKings is the ultimate college basketball destination for March. Ready to make your first bet? Check out the matchups and pick a team to win. It's that simple. First time, here's something special just for you. New DraftKings customers bet $5 to get just $200 in bonus bets instantly. Bet the unexpected with DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use code STRETCHPOD. That's code STRETCHPOD for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What would Trey Hendrickson be worth?
So let me ask you, okay, I'll give you a proposed trade. Would you swap picks with Cincinnati this year? They're at 17. So would you go back to 17 and give up the Bears 41 in the second round for Trey Hendrickson?
I would.
Yeah.
Say it again.
You swap picks.
Yes.
So you go move back to 17 and you give up 41. That's the Bears pick.
Yes.
But then what's the deal?
The money.
The money would have to be 5 years and then 3 years. 3 years out.
I mean, Sweat's deal was 5 for $100, so I'm kind of basing it off that. He was also 28 when he signed it, and not 30.
Yeah.
Because
So-
therein lies a little bit of the issue. If you do pay him, you're going to have two
That's
edges in the top 10 overall in salary.
And then
you better be a fucking top 5 defense.
Right.
totally.
You better be.
So Rossini tweeted was end of last week. Trey Hendrickson, teams are willing to pay Trey Hendrickson the contract that he desires, but have found Cincinnati's current asking price to be ridiculous, as one GM told me.
Yeah.
They're asking for a lot.
I mean, Cincinnati's ran by a bunch of lunatics.
Well, and yeah, and they're also they don't have as much leverage because they just paid Chase and Higgins. Well, how are they going to be able to?
Yeah.
There's no way they're going to be able to. I don't know.
I like the idea. I'm just. You understand my concern.
Totally.
Yeah.
That it's like,
very fair.
Do you
It's very
understand
fair.
my concern?
yes, yes. It's a. You need to have more talent on the edge, especially opposite Montez Sweat, and Trey Hendrickson would be incredible. I just want them to build it. I want to build it sustainably for a run, not the anti-Bears, where the Bears, if you look at everything that they do, it's a flash in the pan year. It's not consecutive years of going to the playoffs kind of thing.
When's the last time they've gone to the playoffs back-to-back years?
Had to be the year after the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
06,
08,
yeah.
Yeah, because they missed
06,
in
yeah.
2019.
Yeah.
They went back in 2020,
That doesn't even
Yeah.
count.
So they missed a year.
the
in
COVID year.
the fucking Nickelodeon day.
Yeah.
Would you give him the TJ number, which is 28 a year, 80 guaranteed?
That's
He's 31.
hard.
Who's 31? TJ?
TJ Watt's 31.
Yeah, I mean, guys do like this is. I'm not saying Trey Hendrickson doesn't have good years left. I know he does, but you're paying a guy over 30 years old. You're going to be paying for past performance
Correct.
more than
Yes.
future performance. That's just a fact.
Yeah.
Like if Trey Hendrickson was 27 years old, I'd be like, yeah, do it, because you know you're going to have him for the next 5 years.
Yeah, like for some reason in my head, 33 is always that age where it's like.
They go off
Do
a
you guys
cliff.
feel that same way?
Yeah.
Or is there like a certain age? In
I
your
think
head?
it's
30.
I think it's 30.
You think it's
30,
30?
The
yeah.
NFL, anything non-quarterback.
Yeah.
I think it's 30.
You think that's where? Okay,
That's
I
a
think,
lot of hits, a lot of bumps and bruises.
for sure, and that's why I
And
was
they've gotten
like,
paid.
That's why I was like a little, and I loved Grady Jarrett's press conference. I think he is going to
he's
be
fired.
fantastic
Dog.
for the locker room.
Yeah.
But he's played 10 seasons in the NFL.
Yeah.
He played
fair.
all games, I believe, and all of them except for one when he tore his ACL 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of mileage.
Yeah.
He's played more games than Akeem Hicks did when Akeem Hicks called his career.
Damn.
Called it a career. Yeah.
Trey Hendrickson's played 110 games. It's a lot of miles. And that's not counting playoffs, so 122 games.
Yeah, and here's a fun fact. I learned this Thursday when I did ESPN. Joe Tooney.
Mm-hmm.
Guess how many playoff games he's played in?
Oh,
I'm guessing it's like 2 full seasons worth of this.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's got to be like 30.
21.
Okay, that was off.
Guess how many playoff games the Chicago Bears have played in since 1985?
Less than that.
10?
21.
Wow.
Unreal. Unreal.
Insane.
Crazy.
It really is.
That's crazy.
It really is. I expect him to get an extension, though.
Yeah.
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 This is last year. He's 32.
Yeah, Jonah Jackson just got an extension.
Yeah.
So that was good.
He's 28, so.
Yeah, I don't know. I wish I was smarter with the cap. I don't understand the cap.
You have to
Like
go to
anyone does.
MIT to understand the cap.
Yeah,
'Cause it's
and
like-
I'll
yeah.
either go to MIT or like go to like DeVry. Like there's it's that meme. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the dumbest and smartest
Yeah.
people can understand the cap. Everyone in the middle is just like, what?
Yeah.
Because it's such a fake cap, but it's not. Right? Like, you see all these conversions into signing bonuses and whatnot, but then it's like, no. Like, the Saints are really, really fucked.
Yeah.
You can roll over
But the
like
Saints have
5%,
been fucked for
right?
10 years
Yeah.
in a
Long
row.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's never actually fucked them. Well, I mean, they haven't been good, but
Yeah. Their dead cap, like, area is wild.
But but this is
There's
where
some
my
people like
dumb
Michael
brain is
Thomas.
like, we'll just get somebody to convert it into signing bonus, like restructure. Duh, they're
Yeah.
fine.
Someone will, that's
Yeah.
why we pay Cliff Stein. Remember
Yeah.
that guy when he was like the contract guru?
Yeah.
I don't think he works for the Bears anymore. But
Hope not.
yeah. Regardless, I don't know. That's my only real concern. I really like what they've done with the offensive line. I
Yeah.
think it's smart. They identified intelligent players. That was like the key word in that press conference, if you guys saw it. Smart players and familiarity. Ben Johnson had Jonah Jackson
Yep.
in Detroit, so he clearly was like, hey, that's a guy I identify who can help us, and it only costs a 6th-round pick.
yeah.
That's great.
And then obviously Tooney speaks for himself.
Mm-hmm.
He's a fucking all-pro.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
a lot of good things.
But you're out on Jeanty, it sounds like. You don't want Jeanty.
I'm not out on Jeanty. I'm on full, like, you take the wheel. But,
Okay.
like, whatever you want to do. If that's what you think is the right move, let's do it.
Yeah.
Right?
I think every day that goes by, I'm more in on Jeanty.
You're more in on Jeanty? Okay. Yeah. I'm not opposed at all. I think, like, my dream is Will Campbell. Because I think he fits perfectly. I think you give
fits
him
with your timeline.
Yeah, you give him the opportunity to be like, hey, all right, go in there and compete with Braxton Jones day one. If that doesn't work out, maybe you compete with maybe Jonah's not as good. You know, there's ways to move this around.
If Ben Johnson wants Ashton Jeanty, then I want Ashton Jeanty. I mean, his hands were all over these moves in the interior offensive line. Yeah. It's clear that he's been given power, which is all we wanted was, like, he's working in conjunction with Ryan Poles. So, yeah, if he wants him, I'm going to trust that. You're paying the guy $13 million a year. You got to let him do what he wants to do and, and run the offense how he wants to run the offense.
Totally.
Caleb liked to post about drafting Jeanty too.
Did
he? Yeah.
Yeah. He's liking posts, isn't that what
he's liking
it is?
it?
He's
yeah.
liking posts.
Yeah.
It'd be a cool offense.
Yeah.
Be a cool offense.
They don't.
The only reason, it's not that I don't want Ashton Jeanty, it's more that there are so many good running backs in this draft that you could get someone later.
Where's that UNC kid projecting to go?
Late first.
So they're probably not going to have a shot at him in the second unless they move up.
There's a ton of dudes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys. Exactly.
Both Ohio State kids.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And
Scatabo.
There's a lot of fucking smoke with the Raiders at 6.
Yeah.
A ton of it. Every mock draft I look at has the Raiders taking him.
So it might not even get to us.
Yeah.
We might not even have to be able to make that decision.
Yep. I do not want to extend for it. Like, I don't want to trade
up.
That would suck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just said, take the wheel, do whatever you want, but I'm
but veto on it.
Right? Yeah. Except what we don't want you to do, which is to trade up.
Exactly.
What about this Marshall kid, Mike Green?
What about him, Dave?
You want him?
Defensive end.
I've heard a lot of good
right now.
I've heard a lot of good.
Jalen Walker, obviously. I still think you got to go trenches.
Yeah.
One way or the other. But then again, trust the process. I don't know. They got options. It's nice.
It's absolutely insane that we're still like 5 weeks away from the draft too.
I know.
By the way. So much time left.
Did you guys go out for St. Patrick's Day?
I did.
For like 5 hours.
How was it?
I went out Sunday.
I just can't really do it anymore.
Yeah.
So I went out.
You got to keep going if you got a chance to keep going. I can't, so I'm out. I see everyone out, and I get really a little tear goes down.
Yeah.
I feel like it could go one of two ways though. You could see that and be like, ugh, I have no desire to do that.
I would like to. In theory, I'd like to go out for like a few hours.
That's kind of So I went to the Guinness factory.
Oh hell yeah!
First time I've ever been there. That was all right. It was fine.
Just okay.
Yeah. Then Dave and I went to La Scarola, and then I went
for dinner.
Yeah, like 5 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah, and then
a good Irish tradition.
Yeah, it was across the street from the bar we were at, Clover, and then back to the Guinness factory for trying to hang on to my youth for like another couple of rounds, and then I was hurting all day Sunday. Yeah, I probably had like 8 beers, and I was like, that's too much.
Yeah, likewise. I think I made it until 8 p.m. where I'm like, all right, that's all right. That's enough for me.
But I was not jealous of, like, there was that day we did an event for Proper 12 Whiskey a couple years ago, and it was at Old Crow, and I could walk there, and I walk, and I get to Clark, and it's like completely blocked.
Sea of people.
All green, people puking in the street. I'm like, I don't want to be a part of that ever again.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm out on that.
Yeah, that's why I did Sunday. I didn't do Saturday. So Sundays there's a parade on the northwest side, so that's all I did. Just a house party for like 4 hours.
Lance, you go out?
Yeah, I went out. I weirdly enough, I was supposed to be here, and I was doing an event for somebody else, an athlete. The athlete canceled, so then I was already down here, and I was like, why don't I go downtown? The most packed I've seen downtown probably ever. Like Hubbard Street was
nice
the weather.
Too.
The weather was crazy. So was able to sneak in, get a couple beers. My friend was having a baby shower. So I really kind of just had a green beer just to have a green beer, saw the green beer to see it, then had to go take a train up to the burbs, and then at a banquet hall. It was one of those like veteran VA posts.
Yeah.
And we used the banquet hall, tore it up there. So
hell yeah.
It worked out, you know. But yeah, it was packed.
I like the idea of you
city.
showing up shit-faced to a baby shower.
Yeah, that was tough. That's why I volunteered to actually work, because I knew everybody else was going to actually want to go do it, and I knew I had to kind of have my head on my shoulders. So I was like, hey, I'll bite the bullet for the rest of you guys, and I'll do it. And then she canceled, and I was like, I'm already downtown. Let's get after it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
Today is St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
So there will be people going back to the well today.
So all the new people that migrated here from different parts of the country, you're pinching me this morning. Today's not actually.
No, not all the people. It was Stephen Shea.
Well, yeah, Stephen Shea.
Well, that's Stephen Shea.
Do we have HR? Can we file something against Stephen Shea?
That sounds like what something you do.
He summoned me over like this, and I'm like, what? And he just gave me a pinch.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. Anything.
Boy,
that,
You're not wearing green.
in Chicago, it's you're actually trying to get me.
Yeah. You're not wearing green.
anything that has that.
Green.
Neither am I, so.
Anything that gives Steven a bright smile.
Oh, Che loved it. I saw him do
yeah.
it to like 6 people.
Yeah.
Did it to KB. Did it to Dave.
Shit, I got to put on a green hat or something.
Oh, you're getting pinched. You're getting pinched on the yak.
I kind of think we talked about this before too, but it's the most people he's ever seen. It's kind of becoming like a destination.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Been for you, like it's not Mardi Gras level, but like people definitely
it
are traveling
for
here.
sure.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean,
Cool.
Hank put in like a 14-hour day. He was a mess yesterday.
Yeah, that's kind of cool for them because even
Yeah.
though Hank has probably aged out as well,
Yeah.
he's new, so he could.
I also forget how young Hank still is.
No, he's
He's
only
not.
31.
31.
Yeah.
31 you can
probably
still.
hung
I
it
think
up.
for St. Patrick's Day, 35 is like the all right. You're too
Hang up
old.
point.
Like
Yeah.
30, you're still going out and acting like you're 22.
Yeah.
But we're not telling anyone when to hang it out.
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
I tell everyone just keep going. Like Nick and KB invited me out, and I was like, well, I'm watching games. We're streaming games. And Nick was like, you know, I kind of wish I wasn't out right now. I was like, dude, if you have it, still go, because you'll then end up like me where it's like, I can't.
Yeah.
I can't because of responsibilities, and I can't because if I have 3 beers, then I'm going to do cocaine, and then I'm never going to come home.
Nick
St.
called me
Patrick's
at.
Day.
I
he hit
feel like
me up,
being
he was
you
on
on
his way.
St. Patrick's Day would be awful too.
Yeah, it would be pretty bad.
Yeah.
It'd be pretty bad, but I do miss it a little.
Yeah, that's what I tweeted. I was like, people who make it to the 5 a.m. bar,
Yeah.
you're either a Hall of Famer or you're like,
Max pulled the movie, he left and came back.
That's
Oh, really?
insane.
I've tried to do that before. One year I remember I went to walk Stella at like 5 p.m. and then I woke up on my couch with the leash on her at 10 p.m. because I just passed out. So,
Leash in hand.
yeah.
yeah, the Walking Dead hours is like past like 4 p.m.
Yeah.
yeah, right.
Yeah, I
around
tried to.
But then there's that second
Wave.
wave where if you can be there like 8 o'clock when the bars are kind of not packed, it's fun.
Yeah, for sure. Hey guys, I want to pause here to talk to you guys about Body Armor Flash IV. We got some on our tables here. I got the bottled version, Chief. You got the little powdery.
I'm about to make myself a
There
little
you go.
concoction.
Show them how it's done. Rip that thing open and get it going. Body Armor Flash IV is packed with electrolytes and provides faster and longer lasting hydration with no artificial flavors, sweeteners, or dyes. With great tasting flavors like strawberry kiwi and tropical punch, Body Armor Flash IV gives your body the rehydration it needs to recover. I just know, like St. Patty's Day walking around, like Flash IV was so
Totally.
needed. Yeah.
This saved me yesterday.
Yes.
Flash IVs literally saved me.
You had one at the bar, right? And you just snuck one in the water.
Completely. They
Yes.
thought I was drinking a little mixer.
That's nice, but you
Yeah.
were drinking a Body Armor Flash IV. So needed. You guys got to go get this. Chief, give us a live taste test. Oh my gosh, got powder all over the table.
It's all in your keyboard. That's okay though.
No, it's to the side of the keyboard. We got a little pile here.
Take a little sip. Give me a review of that.
Give that a little swish around. That's not mixed in there well.
Dave, look at that color.
What's the
I mean,
flavor?
look at the bottom. It's all all the sediments. On
Oh,
the
I'm
bottom.
going to get to all of it. This one is it's pink. It's delicious. I don't know.
Right there, it says it on the yellow.
Dragon fruit berry.
There we go.
Delicious.
Dragon fruit berry. Go check it out. Get yours at a local 7-Eleven or on Amazon today. Also want to talk to you guys about our friends at ChevyDriveChicago.com. As you can see, we warned you guys all week, maybe the last 2 weeks, about weather and it not completely
It's
changing.
volatile, Ed.
Got smoked by snow on Sunday.
It was
Dave.
70 degrees all weekend. Then Sunday rolls around, Friday and Saturday, 70 degrees. Sunday rolls around, we're getting dumped on with snow.
The snow, the ice, the freezing
Yep.
temps. Listen,
I would hate to be a guy without a blazer this weekend.
Yeah, you're
It
right.
was not fun.
You didn't have to worry about anything because they have it all. You guys saw the whole lineup at the Chevy Auto Show. Now it's time to take the next step. Do you need the power and durability of a Silverado, or maybe you need the all-weather confidence of an Equinox or a Blazer, or maybe the spacious comfort of a Traverse, Tahoe, or Suburban? Or how about this sporty, city-friendly Trax, perfect for navigating winter streets or just cold weather streets, really. Your local Chevy dealer has exactly what you need to handle winter like a pro. Don't wait. Head to ChevyDriveChicago.com today. Browse the newest models, special offers, locate your nearest dealer, and start shopping online. These roads demand a vehicle you can trust. Find yours now at ChevyDriveChicago.
Gotta have it. Going from windows down, sunroof all the way open to 4-wheel drive the next day was quite the experience. Yeah.
That's Chicago for you.
Yeah.
Go grab you that Chevy.
Get that Chevy, Ed.
Speaking of grinding out games, obviously the tournament starts Thursday, but I guess there's playing games tomorrow. I was grinding out games this weekend too.
Yeah.
Do you apologize for Wisconsin stealing that game from Michigan State?
Well, how'd they steal it?
I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay.
I just know people.
Yeah, that actually was awesome because everyone, in myself included, thought that it was a foul at the end, and then they showed the replay and it was all ball, so it was so fun just being able to be like, people complaining, but like, all ball, bro. Here's the replay. No, I'm excited. I mean, it's one of my favorite weeks of the year. I watched probably 55 hours of basketball last week. My eyes hurt every single night when I go home. But yeah, there's nothing like the tournament.
Can I ask you something unbiasedly? Because I just started paying attention like the last couple of weeks, and I know you watch more. Am I getting tricked by Michigan? Because I think they're really good after watching.
Well, it's tough. I'm not someone who can talk about it because the Badgers did lose to Michigan twice. They have 2 7-footers, Danny Wolf, and Danny Wolf's from
Vlad.
Burbs, yeah, and Vlad. They turned the ball over a lot.
Yeah.
And so they were a team all year. Dusty May said they needed a reset, which obviously helped them going into the Big Ten tournament. They were a team all year, though. They had a lot of wins that were not lucky, but like very close, crazy finishes. So that would make me nervous about them as a tournament team where they were skin of their teeth, like winning games in weird ways. But when you play in the tournament, you have 2 7-footers. You definitely have an advantage over everyone immediately.
Yeah, and they're well coached. They're unselfish.
Yeah.
Like got a good point guard.
They just turn it over a lot.
They do.
So they turn the ball over on 20% of their possessions. That's bottom 50 nationally. And UC San Diego, they're on a 15-game. It says they're elite defensively per the metrics. And
a lot of people have that as a sexy first.
Big time. Well, it's only a 2.5-point spread. But I would say if you are going to pick UC San Diego, do it. Just remember when you get to the tournament, like I said, having 2 7-footers is very beneficial.
And they're both good. And the way they move the ball around, though their point guard's good. Number 4, Burnett, I think his name is. He'll shoot it from the logo. I don't know. I like them a lot, but they also just did win the Big Ten. But
you are watching just their
for sure.
Like if you had watched them 2 weeks ago, you would have been like, this is not a very.
And that's what
I've watched them play against Northwestern, and that's my exact thought.
Yeah, because I was watching
Based on
some
how they
Illinois
played.
fans are like, nah, dude, they stink. But I'm like, dude, they looked really good this weekend. So
Northwestern was
I
down
saw
2
them at their
starters
best.
against them and took them triple over.
In a given time slot,
Ann
if there's
Arbor.
4 games going, how many different bets do you have?
On 4 games for like this weekend?
Yeah,
Or
for Thursday.
I'll probably bet every game.
Every
You have to
game,
bet
and then
every
you do it over, under. You do props during this? Or
Not
no?
as many props.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll probably bet every game. You kind of have to. I tell myself not to, and then it starts. I'm like,
All right.
yeah.
What,
I'm gonna bet every-
how it was explained to me a long, long time ago, if you have, like, the more games you bet, the more it's going to be a 50-50 proposition. You're just going to
No, yeah, you shouldn't bet. If you're smart, you bet like 3 games a day.
Right. But if you bet 100, you're probably just going to lose the juice,
Yeah, but there's something about betting every game where I'm like,
Exactly.
What if I
So
go
that's why you
16-0?
should do
And
it.
I did, yeah. So I will.
I'm so in on the live action now. Like,
Yeah.
I like to watch either 10 minutes or a half and jump in.
Yeah,
Like I think
Totally.
I truly
cut-ins?
think that's the best way to do it.
yeah.
For college basketball,
Yeah.
definitely the best way to do it.
I've been on tech since January, and now I'm like really concerned about that.
Texas Tech. Yeah, they got a lot of injuries.
They got a lot of injuries. I took them big on Saturday as well, or on Friday, and then their third best player just had a stomach bug.
Yeah, they're kind of limping in.
Yeah.
it is a historical year in terms of the number 1 seeds. They're all so fucking good.
Yeah.
So I would say if you're filling out a bracket and you want to get cute, this might not be the year to get cute.
Yeah. There's projections that this will be
Yeah.
like, what is it, 2008 hit all 4 1 seeds?
Yeah, the stat that I've been telling people. So Ken Pomeroy does an incredible analytics website that it's like $15 for the entire year. It's really cool.
It's the best.
And he's pretty spot on with all of he has games, game results that he expects. Sometimes he actually like 3 or 4 times a year he'll get the exact game score correct, which always blows my mind. But so there's a stat. Since 2000, there have been 4 teams going into the tournament with a plus 35 net rating. That's the rating for Ken Pom, which that means just historically great teams. I think it was Gonzaga who went to the championship game a couple years ago, Virginia who won it all, Duke who won it all, and Kentucky 2015 who were undefeated, and Wisconsin beat them. So 4 times there have been teams with plus 35 net rating going into the tournament. All 4 number 1 seeds this year have plus 35 rating. So that tells you how good this field is.
It really is. And I know at one point people were saying, is it, who would you take, Auburn and Duke or the field? I think the field's a good bet on that because I think
Florida's playing incredible ball.
Florida's awesome.
Yeah, Florida's playing, and Houston is, awesome. So yeah, it's going to be a great tournament. It's going to be a lot of fun. I don't think there's going to be a ton of upsets, but
do you have like any of these schools that are in a major conference that you kind of like? Like, is there like an Arkansas or like
you mean to make a run?
Yeah, like who's like a team that is obviously is in a, like I said, a major conference that can, like, is it a Vandy?
No.
Do you like Wisconsin? Like, what's your honest assessment about the Badgers?
Wisconsin's so it got everyone off the scent because Sunday's game was brutal, tired legs, and just 4 games in 4 days, couldn't hit a shot. They were taking good shots, just couldn't hit them. And obviously, everyone came out of the woodwork who had just watched their first game of the year and like, same old Wisconsin. This Wisconsin team, their offense is electric. They hit 18 threes on Friday against UCLA. And they've changed their whole offense. So they don't run the same offense that they used to run where they just bleed the shot clock and all that stuff. And Tanjay's a dog. Mm-hmm. They got a little screwed with their draw because they have to play Thursday afternoon in altitude after playing 4 games in 4 days. So that part gets me a little nervous. But I do think they're a very good team. I think they're a Sweet 16 team. Anything past that would be gravy for me. But that part of it, like the Thursday, I don't know why they did that. In Milwaukee, there's 2 3 seeds playing in Milwaukee, and Wisconsin's not one of them.
Oh,
that sucks.
bullshit.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be.
Yeah.
Home game.
All right, I'll look real quick. I mean, Maryland's very good. Maryland, they're starting. They don't have depth, but their starting 5 is very, very good. And I'm looking at the bracket.
What about that Texas Xavier? They play Illinois. Illinois coming off a rough one.
Yeah, Illinois is just a complete volatile. If they're good, they could beat literally anyone, and when they're bad, they look like the worst team in America. Now they also went through some injuries, and so they had I feel like they had the stomach bug for 2 weeks straight. But they're just volatility. Like if they could absolutely go on a run if they start playing to their potential, because they are a mismatch problem too, because they can spread everyone out and hit threes by the bunches. I'm hoping we get Illinois, Kentucky. That would be an electric game to watch. All right, I'm looking for you. Other teams, major conference teams. I like Clemson. I do. I think Clemson is good.
Yeah.
They almost went to the Final Four last year.
Yeah.
I think they're better than last year.
Only
This
ACC.
is one of the sexy 12-5 upsets right now.
I don't buy that one.
And that the only ACC team to beat Duke, so
Yes.
that counts for something.
Yes.
I don't know. Kansas is incredibly frustrating.
Yeah, they're not good.
They turn the ball over like crazy, I feel.
Yeah, they're not
The
good.
stats in front. So I think Arkansas could win that game, obviously, even though Arkansas is not very good, but they played in a crazy SEC.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Patino. You believe
St. John's is good. St. John's is really
They
good.
play
They can't
insane
shoot.
defense.
They can't
No.
shoot for shit. So that would be my concern about St. John's is they just hit a dry spell in a one and done tournament. And you're fucked.
Yeah, and they don't have a guard who could
But they do rebound the hell out of the ball. So they could just maybe ugly it up and win games that way.
I'm also tired of falling for Drake. and they're back at it again. They're the new they're the pick again, and Missouri is like a team you love to go against.
Yeah, Drake is the style of play they have. There's just not a lot of margin for error because they make it such a slow game. They're the only team in the country that averages less than 60 possessions a game. So, like if you go cold, you're kind of screwed when you're playing at that pace.
Mm-hmm.
So
can't catch up.
But their coach is really, really good. And
he is. He is.
Drake is definitely a team. I would like to see them make a run.
What's the plans again? You'll be streaming all.
Yeah, we're gonna stream everything.
Saturday.
Stream it all.
All from here?
I think DraftKings on Thursday, and then
nice.
here afterwards.
Nice. Well, all right, look out for that stuff. Besides that, we will be streaming tomorrow for the Cubs opener against the Dodgers. I've enjoyed like the Japan content.
I watched it the other morning.
Have you seen that?
Yeah.
It's been good. I remember. I think they played Ichiro in like 2001. Do you kind of remember this?
I do remember this
at all.
Yep.
Japan series.
Yeah, I just remember waking up super fucking early. Or just like when I went to school, they were on.
It was high school for sure.
What do you think it's like a good or bad thing that we have to play in Japan?
Probably bad.
Yeah.
In the long run, they probably like it because it's cool. Like when we had Tyan on, he like kept referring to how like he didn't want to get sick or he didn't want to play golf because he wanted to make the flight.
Right.
He was so hell bent on making sure that he goes. So they're excited for it, which is good. But
It's a weird start stop.
Yeah.
For sure.
I wonder if that'll
I
have any
wouldn't
impact.
like that it's in the middle of, like there's exhibition games surrounded around the real games. That would feel weird to me, you know?
It is nice though. They get a full week.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, so they MLB didn't totally just fucking Goodell them and throw them to the wolves on that, which is nice. But I saw Mookie Betts is out because of an illness. So
Saw that too.
Not exactly a football injury report because it's 2 games in the season, but be nice not to face him in the line.
Yes, I'd agree.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm excited for it. Should be some good theatrics. That was one kind of observation at spring training was just being in the press box. I think the whole top row was like Asian media. So it's so
They're locked in.
Yeah, for sure. It's such a big deal.
A ton of Japanese media.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. I'm excited. We're gonna stream. I think Titus is gonna join us. Brandon Walker usually gets here at like 6 a.m. So Dave's gonna make us breakfast.
Live.
Streaming on this channel.
What's on the menu? Anything in mind?
Probably just the same.
Well, you should make
Make it a little Japanese theme.
Yeah, what if you make a dupe Kasama famous viral breakfast sandwich?
Is that Japanese?
I don't know,
It sounds kind of Japanese.
but I know it's viral. So,
I haven't
have you heard of this place, Dan?
No.
It's newer.
It's around here somewhere.
Yeah,
It's,
there's
it's
Thai,
off Augusta.
Yeah.
There's
Augusta and like
lines.
Damon or so.
Okay.
It's like
Oh, I think I saw a video of the lines. Yeah.
lines
I
and
did.
lines to get this breakfast
I
sandwich.
did.
Hey, try to do a dupe.
maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do that.
What if we
Do
can
it
get a
for
dupe?
us.
Yeah. Anything White Sox?
I mean, how in depth would you guys like to go? They named their opening day starter. Their rotation is a little intriguing to me, even though I hate them still. A lot of prospects doing a lot of prospect things. Kind of the talk of spring, a handful of them. Aside from that,
That's it.
I mean,
What's the win total?
60?
You don't know what it is? 'Cause Cubs is 85.
Oh, like
and a half.
what
Yeah.
is it? It's like 51.
Oh.
It's something in Vegas at one point. It was 49.5, I think.
Well, luckily we have the DraftKings app. Let's
Yeah.
look it up.
DraftKings had the Cubs at 85.5, and I feel like I'm gonna
He was
that.
he was pleasantly surprised to be named opening day starter. I saw.
I was surprised too. I thought it was going to be Davis Martin. He's kind of the elder statesman in a weird way, even though if you'd asked just like, have you ever heard of Davis Martin? No.
Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly my point. He is pretty good, though. I like him a lot. He's pretty good. They
Chicago
have
White Sox, according to DraftKings, over under win total is 53.5.
Whoa.
so it's gone up a lot because it opened a couple months ago at 49.5, which is like pathetically, embarrassingly low. Not that 53.5 is that what you said? Isn't as well, but
I might take their over just for fun. That's so bad. I know that they were
horrible last year.
Historically bad last year.
and
but-
everything that could have gone wrong went wrong.
okay, so I'm
So
not going.
like law of averages, even if they on a talent level are just as bad, law of averages, they're not going to lose that many games.
Right. Correct.
I hope not.
I hope they do. I hope they.
I mean,
This might be the year for the PFP
Kinda.
model, where you just bet against some run line every game.
Well, he got fucked not taking him
I
last.
know.
Yeah.
So
No, I did. I started that, and then like after the first week, it was hitting, and then they went like
they don't
10-10 over a stretch or whatever. So I lost a shit ton of money. I'm like, fuck this.
For people that don't know, PFT finds his team every year and he bets against them every single game.
I blame
run
Chief for that.
run line.
And he run line. He thought about picking the White Sox. He picked the Oakland A's, I think, the year before, and Chiefs told him not to.
Well, we had just come back from spring training. I'm like,
He
the
was-
vibes were high.
He was feeling.
Yeah.
Gets convinced me.
Yeah.
And like,
Baseball
I
guys.
think we looked at like the number, and he would have made a decent amount.
Yeah.
Against the White Sox.
I mean, it did get so bad you like had to move the run line to make money, like outside,
Yeah.
It was like you had to bet him to lose by like 2.5 runs or more every game to make it a 50-50 bet.
I also want to talk to you guys about Chime. Chief, what are eggs at right now? Everything's so expensive.
I think the last time I saw eggs were around $8 a dozen.
Yeah, and listen, the last thing you want is credit card debt. And I am here to tell you there's a better way you can build credit with money you set aside and avoid interest or expensive debt with Chime's Credit Builder Card. It's a secured credit card with no credit check or minimum deposit required. Get paid up to 2 days early with direct deposit, overdraft up to $200 without fees with SpotMe when you set up qualifying direct deposits. Just set up qualifying direct deposits, sign up for SpotMe, and Chime will spot you up to $200 when you exceed your balance. There's a different world where this would have been very useful for White Sox Dave the past.
Well, Dave has used it to get his
Yeah,
finances in order.
exactly. So, Chime, if you're in a situation where this sounds beneficial to you, it's a no-brainer. So you could turn your everyday purchases and on-time payments into steps toward your financial goals. With Chime's secured credit builder Visa credit card, get started today at chime.com/stretch. That's chime.com/stretch. Chime feels like progress. The Chime Credit Builder Visa credit card is issued by the Bancorp Bank NA or Stride Bank NA. SpotMe eligibility requirements and overdraft limits apply. Chime checking accounts required to apply. Out-of-network ATM withdrawals and OTC advance fees may apply. Timing depends on submission of payment file. Late payments may negatively impact your credit score. Results may vary. Go to chime.com/disclosures for details. Also, a nice little thing here for you skiers. We got Icon Pass. More adventure, more crew days, more joy. The 25-26 Icon Pass is on sale now, unlocking more than 60 destinations worldwide. The best days aren't just ahead. They're wherever you want to go. Drop in today and claim your spring goggle tan. But with the buy now, ride now benefit, you can score access at select destinations with up to 17 mountains before the season wraps. That's 2 seasons on one pass, more powder, more bluebird days, more spring break laps. And for a limited time, lock in the lowest prices of the season starting at just $259 for adults. You were pumped for this.
This is the most excited I've been for a new sponsor in a long time. I've never had the Icon Pass. I will be getting the Icon Pass. You're saying, oh, it's these different mountains. It's all the best mountains. It's all the best mountains. The Icon Pass, it's like skiing it's an expensive hobby. But you get the Icon Pass, it might be the best deal in the world.
Yeah, that sounds unbelievable. I was
Yeah.
talking to someone about deals in general, and they're like, hey, I went to Japan for my honeymoon, and I think it might be cheaper to take a flight to Japan and go on there. It was like, for like a week of skiing, it was like $500
Yeah.
total. So it's like, why wouldn't you hop on this Icon Pass?
Have to.
So you don't have to take a 30-hour flight.
Correct.
So joy more at 60-plus destinations worldwide. Buy now with a payment plan from as low as $0 down and 0% APR, and score spring access at select mountains. Couple notes here. Danny Wirtz says to sit down with the Athletic, you said.
Yeah, the Athletic ranked every ownership group in the NHL. Blackhawks came in 29th.
Oh,
Yeah. So then Danny Wirtz said,
was that voted by someone, or was it? Did you
I
see
think it
that?
was like their pen. I don't know.
It was their opinion.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're but accurate. Like they're horrible. And I read the whole article. He said nothing. It was, I don't know how long the actual interview took, but he didn't say a word the entire time. The TV thing will work itself out. I have heard, because the marquee deal is up with Comcast too.
Yeah, they're about
summer.
to get fucked too.
They're about to get. Now they're saying that they might just get the band back together.
Oh,
Gonna bundle them all.
Bundle them all. So because they cannot figure out this CHSN.
I wonder who gets the right of way then, right? CHSN or
Yeah.
I don't know, but that was like that's the talk of like the media people in the town. I was with some people on Wednesday that they're like, no one know, like they think Marquis getting fucked. They have no line of sight. They're saying that we're making progress. We've been saying that for a year. So opening day for the White Sox is around the corner. It's not going to be ready by
next
then.
Thursday.
Yeah.
I think we're going, so we'll see that game. But like,
After
there's a lot of
that-
people who
Can
don't
we
go
watch the games
Yeah.
here?
that are not going to be able to see it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll have. It's on
We-
Fubo.
Yeah, so we can watch it here. I don't have Fubo.
Do we have
at home
Fubo
or
here?
the-
I think we have.
I do. If we need it,
Yeah.
we can
Yeah,
sign it.
I got it for the Blackhawks. I flush $120 down the drain every month on that. So
$120 for Fubo.
yeah,
That's
Fubo.
That's-
That's more than YouTube TV is Fubo.
it went up.
Well, it's like supposed to be comparable to it, where you're supposed to get every station.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you get everything.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Maybe I'm
But it's
going too hard at Fubo.
but I only use it for the Blackhawks really, and it's they're horrible. And it was like, hey, you have a lot of money. You got a ton of money. You got a ton of cap space. Ton of draft capital. What are you going to do? He's like, I don't know. We're going to let Kyle Davidson do what he thinks. So he's like, I'm not going to put handcuffs on him. We're not going to be aggressive for the sake of going aggressive. And it's just like, I'm so tired of them being bad. But they're going to be bad again next year. So, and next year is the centennial for the Blackhawks. So they're going to have all the pomp and circumstance. They're going to trot out all the
That
old
pisses me
players.
off.
And it's going to be more misery.
Vidar was getting a little aggressive though.
Yeah, he got two. Well, he mouthed off to the ref and got a 10-minute misconduct. And then the very next night, and then like in the post-game press conferences, they're like, what'd you say? He goes, I don't remember. Just be like, just say what you said.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares? And so he got, it was like verbal abuse of an official. So he got tossed for that. And the next day he got it was towards the end of the game. They were getting smoked. It was in Vancouver. He had like 30 people in the stands. And he was getting kind of like bullied behind the net towards the end of the game. And the ref just kind of threw out everybody. So Connor Bedard now a bad boy. Apparently.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like
So,
that.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
I wish you would tell us what he said, though. I agree with you.
Just say it.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Let us know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I forget what Shaka Smart said, but did you see that in like one of his like halftime interviews? He's
No.
like, yeah, I just brought up there's like this many fouls or there's like foul discrepancy, and the way he just worded it was like, yeah, just like, I was just talking a little shit.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Why
Talk
not?
a little
Yeah.
shit.
Why not?
They have been playing a little bit better. The young guys are up. A lot of the young guys are up. It's kind of fun. There's more. They'll sign all the college guys as soon as their seasons are over. So they'll have Oliver Moore, Rinzel, and Ryan Green will all finish the year at the team. And then they'll be up next year. They'll finish probably bottom three again next year. And then hopefully after that, it starts to get a little bit better.
Okay. Bulls wise, White Sox Dave, speak on Disturbed burning the championship.
Yeah. That was such a
You didn't see
hilarious
that?
story.
no.
So, the band Disturbed, they had this big wooden thing apparatus that they set on fire, and it's inside the United Center, and the flames went up and torched the Bulls championship banners.
So perfect.
Yeah.
Was this Saturday?
No, it
Over
was
the
like-
weekend.
Yeah.
If it was
Yeah.
Saturday,
Earlier.
that makes
I think
sense.
It
It
was
was
like,
even earlier.
yeah, I think it was like Thursday.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, didn't cross my desk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
But that makes perfect sense for Jerry Reinsdorf and
Yep.
organization.
yeah.
Yep. Very fitting. And they're going to get the 10 seed.
Like
It's
a
locked
lock.
in. Yeah. It's
Like a
locked in.
lock.
And they're going to lose.
Yeah. The other teams are.
It's important for him to get to the playoffs, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Another gate receipt for Jerry.
Well, they're not even going to get a gate receipt.
No home game?
No, because they're going to be the 10 seed, so they're going to lose.
right away.
And even if they win, then they got to play another road game.
Oh, yeah.
Win
you're
that
right.
game.
So then, no.
Yeah.
It's the worst possible spot.
You got to win 2 to get in.
And the other teams are tanking so hard.
So hard.
Cam Thomas shut down for the year.
Spurs, yeah. What Spurs had Malik
De'Aaron Fox.
De'Aaron Fox.
Mhm.
Yeah, pinky surgery.
Yep.
Got to get that
He's
taken care
done.
of. Yeah.
Hang
Like
on.
these teams are tanking hard.
They're doing the right thing.
The Raptors are tanking hard.
Yep.
Obviously, the Sixers are a disaster.
Yeah.
So it's a
Bulls just can't do it.
bona fide certain. I think they won 3 straight.
It's crazy.
Yeah, they've been on a heater. They went on a win streak and then they lost. They're 1 win away from their over under for win total. That was 28.5. They got 28 right now.
All right. So
We had a bunch of English guys who used to play and work for West Ham in on Friday, and they went to the Bulls game on Thursday, and they're like, that was amazing. Like, they rolled out the red carpet for us. They gave us a suite. Sell out. The Bulls won. I'm like,
Nobody cares.
don't even say that to me.
Yeah.
Like, of course, like some random people from West Ham, it's a bucket list for them because the only person they can name is Michael Jordan, so they know the logo, so they want to go. And they're like, I'm like, it was a building full? They're like, yeah, it was really full. It was a great atmosphere, and they won. And I'm like, that's the worst news.
Yeah.
You guys just wouldn't get it.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it right now. They might get the 9 seed, which doesn't really change much. That would be a ticket. That would be a gate. But they would still have to win 2 games, and then they would. And then the highest they could be is the 8 seed.
Who's in the 9 slot right now?
The Heat. Sorry.
Okay.
Heat and then the Magic. We're 1 game back from the Heat. 2 games back from the Magic.
And the Heat
3 games back.
Heat are healthy-ish, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bam's playing.
But yeah, I'm looking at our schedule. We got a tough stretch coming up against Lakers twice, Denver, Oklahoma City. But then we finish with the Heat, the Wizards, and the Sixers. So yeah, they'll probably fucking so annoying.
Yeah, it sucks.
So frustrating.
Speaking of Bam, we're gonna table the Court of Gold discussion.
Yes.
Yeah.
I haven't had a chance. I've been
Lot of
watching
hoops.
all college
Lot of hoops.
Yeah.
Caught up, Dave?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No chance. I watched it this weekend.
I know. It's really good. It's
Yeah.
really
It's
well
actually
done.
good, and
It-
there's
There's no time.
there's certain cool things to talk about. I'm in love with the Serbian
It's
coach.
Yes.
on the to-do list.
Serbian
Once
coach is
he
awesome.
said that he couldn't get to it, then I didn't need to get to it.
Did you
I
get to
said
it
that
last week?
last night.
Yeah.
Did you watch the first 3 episodes yet?
No,
So you were gonna cram?
Yeah. That's, I mean, homework, that's how it's supposed to be done. You cram the night
It's
before.
not like homework. Watching a
Watch a documentary.
Best basketball players in the world.
That was like last week. We went to the mini golf, and I was like, "Yeah, I got to cram this 3rd episode before." And Dave's like, "Oh, what?" I was like, "Court of Gold." He's like, "Oh," and then I don't think you ever watched
no
a single
chance. No chance.
like snuck the first one in. Nope.
You were oddly quiet during the discussion last
Yeah.
week. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Anything else? I got one thing. This Bernstein stuff again.
Oh,
Yeah, we
what a
have to
dick.
talk about this.
Like no one in this room has advocated for him to lose his job,
No.
to lose his position on Camp Woodstep's board of directors, and we are not responsible for how that fucking guy carries himself.
Wait, is he claiming that we're doing that?
No, people are.
Oh.
I'm just saying.
People are
there's-
saying
claiming
Barstool's the reason?
there's like I
I think I retweeted one tweet.
yeah, and I just tweeted the video out of the whole interaction
Of
That's all I
him,
did.
whole thread.
like,
Said ho hum, another day for Danny Bernstein. That's all I said.
Guy's just a miserable prick.
Miserable.
And I also don't even like
It was over a fish.
for people who are trying to get him
don't
fired,
question his conservation awareness.
he's not getting fired. He'll never get fired.
No, it's
How
it's
can
like,
that be, though?
Yeah.
no one's ever spoken to his talent on the mic or anything like that. Like it's all about how that guy is as a
human.
person. Yes, that's
He's
it.
He's a miserable,
He-
miserable fuck.
You guys don't watch South Park, but there
And I
is-
speak for this room. I don't
Yes.
speak
Yeah.
for Dante or whoever's.
Oh, is he
whatever.
trying to get him
He
fired?
wrote something. I don't think he advocated getting him fired, but he definitely had
Dante-
a lot of inaccuracies. In his
Dante
blog.
wrote a blog where he got 95% of the facts wrong.
Okay.
Insane.
Yeah. That sounds about right.
But regardless,
He's the most smug human of all time.
Yeah, like,
he
I-
literally farts into mason jars and bottles them up and puts them in his fridge and opens them and smells.
I will say that the whole thing made me laugh because it was about a guy chirping about the fish he caught. And then
Crazy.
it spiraled into, I'm going to come after your kid.
Oh, he is going to be off. I'm looking right now. They announced that he's going to be off this week.
yeah,
Oh.
Dan Bernstein will be off the score this week after ugly social media exchange.
us sharing him being a lunatic is not.
He tweeted
Yes,
it.
exactly.
Yeah.
exactly.
That's not
that's
on
how
us.
that's how the people are that hate us. They have zero ability to think of any situation rationally when it comes to Barstool.
We weren't even involved. No one was involved in that. You didn't even call him Bernstein.
There's people from the state. Like I just got a call. Like I don't like. Got nothing to do with it. We're just pointing out how fucking absurd the guy is. That's it.
On a fight, I'm a bad enemy.
I wish he would. I would have been like, "Yes, I am here right now.
A lot of people were saying that. He's like, I'll fight you.
I'll fight you."
Yeah.
I would fight Dan Bernstein right now.
Sure, kids involved is such an insane.
It's crazy. It's crazy because, I'm not even gonna bring it up.
No.
Say
bring
it.
it up.
But
Say it.
I had when all that was going on with me, and I had.
Oh, so he did get moved. He got removed from the board of directors.
Yes,
Yeah.
you did.
Ah.
Yes. And that's where people are really like,
But
oh, this
that-
is.
That's his actions.
I
He
know.
did this.
I know.
Actions have consequences. I don't give a fuck about him. I literally retweeted one thing. I couldn't care less what happens, but to just say he's a dickhead and anything that comes to him for being a dickhead is deserved is not wrong.
I know, and it's a fucking cycle of events. Barstool, like come at Barstool,
Yeah.
Then we respond, and then all of a sudden, that it's our fault.
When you treat people like shit, you're going to have consequences for it. Like you're a miserable dude who's just a bad guy who just treats people like garbage. Guess what?
Yeah.
You're not like people aren't going to come out of the woodwork to defend you.
There's people at the station, people not with the station anymore, who want to like insinuate that it's our fault. Like, no, it's fucking not. The guy literally took his shovel and buried his grave on this. Like, and he doesn't even have a grave. He's not fired.
He's gonna be fine.
I know.
Yeah.
It's just
He got a little slap on the wrist, and he was told to go fish for the next week.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But yeah, sorry, I had to.
No, we had to talk about that.
Yeah.
That was a
Crazy
big story.
He thinks he's better than those around him.
I said this to Ed
And that
beforehand.
bothers me the most.
He does not need to have Twitter.
No.
Like for his job, for his audience, like
No.
he does not need to be on social media. Someone should just be like, "Hey, stop, dude.
Yeah.
Stop
He
being
was
on Twitter."
the biggest thing in Chicago media when he didn't have it.
Well, that's
Yeah.
I've always said, like Francesa and those guys, like the old school, like they had it great.
Yeah.
You know, they showed up and they
Yeah.
they did
Talked.
their, then they went home. You know, they watched their games and like made their thoughts.
Got
but-
their ratings, and that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jim, I mean, your life would be
Oh, I love it. I would love it.
tremendously better.
Yeah. It would be
Work 4 hours a day. That's all you had to
It would
do.
be incredible.
Yeah.
Tremendously better.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else?
No, I think that's it.
That's it.
Yeah, let's watch some baseball tomorrow morning. So everyone tune in.
Baseball,
tune
and I
in.
actually am excited for the tournament. I watched parts of games this weekend, and I'm ready to
It's the best.
be on the couch and just
Yeah.
gamble and have a good time.
It's the
Yeah,
best.
let's do it. Yeah, we should get a little. Can we cook up a little parlay or something?
Yeah.
Do that.
I could do
Sure,
that.
why
Yeah.
not?
for
Let's do
the
that. Yeah, for the Cubs game.
Cubs game tomorrow.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
All right. The stream will be on
This.
The Barstool Chicago.
yeah.
Barstool
Yeah.
Chicago.
Yeah.
Awesome. Tune in. Dave will be making breakfast. We'll have a parlay cooked up. And yeah, nice chill stream, watching ball 5 a.m. See you guys there. That's the show. See you guys Friday.